Two lies and one truth. So the first one is one of the best players I've played with is obviously Tomas Cosgrove, one of my very good mates in football. Once he signed for Larne, he got these new boots and he never shut up about these new boots. He says that these boots were class. I paid £180 for them, they were unbelievable. And the first pre-season game I played, he wasn't doing too bad, but every time he was going down for the crossing, he was kicking into the church end. There was about 3 or 4 crosses he hit into the church end, and I was going like, this isn't Tomas. I was like, what's wrong with Tomas? So as the game went on, I get into half time, and I said to Tomas, look, what's wrong with you? What's happening here? And he was like, I don't know, these boots are killing me. And lo and behold, we looked down, and his boots were 2 left feet, so he was running about in the pair of boots for 2 left feet. So that one was a funny one. Number 2 is we were away in Andorra on our pre-season tour, and it was the night before the game. So Tiernan and that was saying, look, as soon as after dinner we have to go up in the bed and relax. We've had a hard week's training, so we can have a match. And David McDade and I always seem to room together, and Davey just decided for he wanted his hair cut. He needed the back of his head trimmed a bit like that there, so he gave me the shears. I don't know why he gave me the shears. And as I was cutting his hair, I'd done everything perfect. It must have took me about 45 minutes. Done everything perfect, and his hair was looking well. And as I was getting round to the back, went to do a little wee bit just to finish it off. And he told me, he was saying something, he said something funny, and I'm kid you not, about up there in his neck, I shaved the whole back of his head. And I was crammed with laughing. It was one of the funniest things ever. All the boys come up. It was about 3 in the morning. It was about 3 in the morning at that stage. It was so late, and all the boys were up, and we had to get Michael Docherty to come in and try and fix it. And honestly, it must have been the worst haircut I've ever seen in my life. Number 3 is about my big mate Christopher Ramsey. We were playing Coleraine, and it was 2 years ago, live on BBC. I think it was the first game where we were 2-0 up and we got beat, I think it was 4-2 or 5-3. It was one of the mad games. And what it was, Christopher Ramsey, he's played for Man City, and he doesn't really like to tell people that, but so he kept going on. He goes on about Man City as some Man City. So after the game, it was a couple of days after, I get a new SIM card, and I sent him a text and lettings on. It was one of his old coaches from Man City, and saying now that he works for Burton Albion, and was just texting away, and ended up ringing him one night and went outside, so he couldn't really hear me, and was just letting on that they put on this accident, and let on that Burton were interested in signing him and would he be interested in, and the big man absolutely loved it. He was buzzing, so he was so happy. He ends up ringing me and just says, Marty, I think that's me away, mate. He says, I've been doing all my hard work, I've been training, I've been doing, and honestly it's paid off. So fair play to my big mate. He thought he was on his way to Burton Albion on a 3-year deal. That was Would I Lie to You. I done 2 lies in there with 1 truth, so you're going to have to guess what the truth was and what the 2 lies were.